Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, our very first guest of the year, man. Shout out to this brother, man. Well, I can't but he's right here. Ladies and gentlemen, clap it in for Talmadge Miller He, man. What's up, brother?
What's going on, boss? How you living?
Man, good, man. Early the new year, man. Early the new year, feeling good. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm significantly blessed, man. Excited and anticipating and working like a workhorse, man.
Yeah, man. This brother been working, man. I met this before we get started, man. I met Talmadge. It's been 3 years now? It's been
Yeah,
three, four
yeah,
years. Yeah,
yeah.
man. And it's been brotherhood ever since.
Ever
And
since.
and I can't do nothing but tell you thank you for everything, brother. I can't do nothing but say appreciate it. Thank you for everything.
It's all love, brother. All love, man. Nothing but the Lord. That's all I can say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we want to go ahead and get right into it. Just tell us a little bit about like your journey and how you got into, the acting and film and everything.
Man, well, I guess you could say being in church, you grew up in church. They always had those church plays, you know what I'm saying? Easter, Christmas, things of that nature, man. So I got my little start in that instance, but really the real kickoff was I used to work at a radio station here in Baytown called Gospel 1360. And I was an on-air personality for 9 years. And there was a DJ real popular at the station. His name is JJ Williams. He used to work for 102 a long time ago with Mad Hatter on the morning show from 97.9. And man, I linked up with him when we first got there. It was just a bond that was just, I can't even explain it. And he took me under his wing, man, and he taught me the game. And he really taught me how to edit audio. That was the first thing on an old machine called a 360 machine. It's not a computer like what we have now. It's a small little blue screen with just like radio waves, something that you have recorded already. And so small little knob, you had to twist it back and forth, and then you had to press a button that sometimes worked to cut, and like that's how it started with the audio. But then I used to teach a Bible study, and when I did, I had a guy who would come every week, but he worked 2 jobs, and he said, T. Miller, I'm not gonna be able to come as much as I used to. He said, but I'm gonna bring my my Canon camera. You mind recording it? And then whenever it's over, you can just meet me at the end of the week and just hand it to me. We'll go from there. All right, cool. And so I did that for maybe like a few months, and then we were talking, and I told him about an idea for a movie that I had, never did anything before ever in my life. And man, he said, bro, my leave is gonna be extended longer than I thought. He said, so this is what I want to do. I'm gonna give you this Canon camera. Like, he gave me a kit, not just the camera, but the kit with everything. And if you know anything about buying cameras, that ain't cheap. So, man, he gave me that whole kit, big bro. And from there, I said, all right, it's time to start. And man, we've been shooting and filming ever since.
Love that, love that. I forgot that you said you was a radio person too. I forgot you and Chris got something in common right there.
Yep.
Come on.
Nice. So you watch anime, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, what is your top 5 anime cartoons?
Ooh, all right. So number 1 on the list. Should I do number 1 or should I go from 5 to 1? Like, how you want me to do?
I would like 5 to 1.
All right. So let's see. Now, let me just ask you this so we can make clarity. You want anime movies too, or you just want anime?
No, the cartoons, yeah.
Cartoons.
Well, no, the series, yeah.
Okay, cool. Of course, let's see. Number 5. How should I do it? Because I got the top 3. I want to add 2 more. Okay, bam. Number 5, Outlaw Star. Number 2, should I say that one? Let's go. Trigun. Number 4, should I say? 5, Outlaw Star. 4, Trigun. 3, Dragon Ball Z. 2, My Hero Academia. Number 1. All time, number 1. I've been watching anime since the 80s, bro. I have never seen an anime with a story as great, as epic, as fulfilling, as loving as I've never seen one as great as Attack on Titan. That's my number 1. Hands down.
There you go.
Nothing like it,
there
bro.
you go. Because I'm not gonna lie, if you didn't have Attack on Titans on that list, throw that list away. Because Attack on Titans is what I never forget, bro. I started off late. I had a toothache so bad that I was off from work for 3 days.
Mm.
So all I did was be on the couch, and I got on Netflix and I watched Attack on Titans, and I was stuck. I've been a fan ever since, bro.
It's nothing. I'm telling you, man. It is one of those. Me and Joffrey was talking about this not too long ago. I love stories where I don't know what's going to happen next. I love stories when everything is a surprise. It's like, yo, and that's exactly what that show is, man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the a lot more anime cartoons are being made into real life adaptations? I can't think of the movie that most recently was on Netflix, but
Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh my God, bro! How did I not put Yu Yu Hakusho on there? I'm sorry.
No. It wasn't that one. It was another one. One Piece.
One Piece. Okay, gotcha. So One Piece came out first, but Yu Yu Hakusho came out after. It's the latest one that dropped. Yeah. But anyway, go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay.
Yeah, man. It's go ahead, Chris. My bad.
I'm just saying, but what's your take on just that? Is it translating for I'm not super big in anime, but I know like yourself and Mike are. Like, how's that translation for you for that real life adaptation of it? Is it coming over just the same? Is it missed to feel like it's not done right?
So this is my thought. All right. I'm a big fan of X-Men. Okay.
Mm.
When X-Men first did their movies, like their real life movies, I was hot under the collar because I know the stories that go all the way back to like the 50s. I know the storylines, how people got started, who their parents are, how they got their mutant powers. I know all of that stuff, right? Been a geek since day one. But when I saw the movies, 70% of the movie was not accurate based on the storyline. So, I was hot at that time, but I've come to a place in my life where I'm like, okay, I'm not expecting it to be exactly like the anime. There's things that you can do in cartoon with pen and paper that you can't do in real life. I don't care how great the stuff is. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
And for me personally, I've come to the place, okay, if it's only going to be 6 episodes, there's absolutely no way that they're going to make it like this 150 episode series. So let me prepare my mind to try to enjoy it based on how they bring it versus me expecting it to be exactly the same. That's why people are disappointed.
Right.
I watched the first, second, and third episode, I think, of that Yu Yu Hakusho series. Me and my sister hadn't finished. And would I like it to be closer? Yes, I would. I would love for it to be closer. It makes you feel better as a fan. But did they do a good job? I think they did. If we're talking about Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm going to tell you why. I really love how they captured Kuwabara's essence. Okay. That's number one. Kuwabara, the way he had his whole group at first, they used to hang around him because they loved him and they would fight for him. Bruh, it's diabolically hilarious to me. Like, they did that, Yusuke is not a bad Yusuke. He's not used to he's not as great as the American version of the cartoon. I mean, it's hard to find that kind of stuff, bro. The voice, his voice acting, right? Because you can have a voice, but if you don't know how to act, right? So his voice acting, the cartoon in American version, it's irreplaceable. But this guy, I think he's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
The fight is good. No lie, the fighting is good. When he fought the big ogre dude, man, I mean that had me like this kind of tense. Oh dang, So if we want to do a measuring, so I don't talk too long, on a scale from 1 to 10, I would give Yu Yu Hakusho, or should I? Because that's the only thing that I watched translate over. I didn't watch the other anime. I would give it a solid 6.5 out of 10 thus far from what I've seen.
Yeah. Nice, because that Dragon Ball Z movie was boo-boo.
I didn't see that one, so I would, I heard that.
Brother, I'm telling you.
I heard so much bad stuff. I was scared to even watch it. Like, I don't even want to ruin my image of Dragon Ball, bro. I'm going to just keep watching the cartoon and call it a day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, don't do it to yourself, man. And you know what's crazy? Cause I know we all know that you're heavily into Bible, Christian, and everything. And there are people that always frown upon anime. It's funny, isn't it? We always get that, but
Right.
it's some anime we like. Nah, that's too much for me.
Absolutely.
And then there's some we delegated. Now, what animes have you came across where you like? Nah, we're not gonna touch it. Not throwing shade towards them because everybody creates something for everybody. But there's some anime we like. Nah, I can't touch that, man.
I'm not into stuff that's dark, right?
Right.
And when I say dark, some people might think Attack on Titan is dark because humans are getting eaten alive, right?
Yeah.
But when I say dark, I mean stuff that just panders up on the line of demonic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got a lot of those. Yeah, Demon Slayer and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't fade it. Certain things, like, to me, Demon Slayer was okay, but it's a few things that get when you got characters that's annoying, like old boy with the orange hair, right? To me, when I first saw him come on, all of that, oh my God, all that crying, bro. Stop it, bro. Like that drives me nuts.
Yeah, the whiny.
Not straight too far away from the question, man. It's hard to answer because most of the time, whenever I see something like that, I just turn it and don't even think twice about it no more. So one in particular, is there one I could think of? I can't, but I promise you, if it comes back before we wrap up, I'm gonna be like, that's it.
That's usually how that happens. I think it's like a psychological thing. I read it in Men's Health magazine. When you think about something so hard, put it down. It'll come back to you. It'll come back to you. Yeah, man. But what about to ask you? So and we want to get to anime because we already know that's that influenced you. That influenced all of us in some kind of way. I know it influenced me. I'm rocking the old school DB Z right now, sir. But what I loved about working when I first met you, and we sat down, did table reading and everything, and then I was like, okay, cool. I loved it because it was so refreshing because it was something different. So how did you get yourself started with creating, the little scroll and mixing in your flavor or your style of how you want the film?
Well, the first things first, when I came up with the little scroll, it wasn't meant to be a full feature film. It was meant to be only like maybe a 20 or 30-minute short. But as I continue to write and write and write, I'm just like, bro, this isn't something that I could just put down. I have to continue. So much so, I had to cut at least another hour and a half or 2 hours out of the movie of stuff that's not in the film right now. But how I got to it was, we live in a society now where morality is fading. Like, it's almost non-existent. People don't care about what's right and wrong. You see all kind of stuff on TV that's just stupid. Let's just be real. It's just beyond stupid, man. And they're not protecting the innocence of children no more. They let kids do anything, and that kind of stuff is foul to me, bro. And as I was putting together this storyline, I wanted to create something that the whole family could watch, right? There's not a scene where you got to walk out. I wanted to create something where there is morality again, where good guys don't even curse, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want something where kids can understand, and not just kids, but even adults, like, yo, this is what's right, because I want to honor God with what it was that I was putting together. And so I began to create something where I could teach the Bible specifically, or highlight things biblically, that still has an astounding, adventurous story that is a step away from the usual Christian films that we see. Like, it's some epic films out there that's off the chain, but that's in the Christian world. But I hadn't really seen too much with good, solid action. You know what I'm saying? And I'm an action junkie, big bro. Yeah. And when it comes to how that correlates with what I've seen, like in anime and stuff, I'm big on how you say your words, the emotion that goes behind it. I've seen a lot of acting where the storyline has great potential, but the actors aren't bringing the heat like they need to. And so, when I write my scripts, right before your lines start, I put in parentheses the emotion, the sound, the breathing, the sound, all of that. So as soon as you come in, why are we doing this? You know how they embrace that, man. And anime has had such a huge impact. Just the screen, bro.
Yeah.
That's something we
So
talk about.
that's pretty much how it correlates.
And that's something we talk about all the time when we look at different films and everything. We're like, they could have gave a little bit more, just that little bit more can give that scene so much more, just so much more of a boost and make it translate better. Yeah. And I know your premiere is this month, right? So
yes, sir.
On the 26th, right?
Yes, sir.
How you feeling going into it?
Man, I'm prepped, man. Like I'm super excited. I watch the film almost every day, because I'm going through, and even though it's complete, I'm still going, okay, do I need to tweak this? Bam. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to perfect it so much. But at the same time, I'm also not bogged down, but I am my time is full of promoting, right? Believe it or not, the hard work isn't filming. The hard work is promoting and marketing your film, right? Because you can have a great project, but if people don't know what you got, what good is it, right? So I've been working with the team, man, and y'all push this, Make sure y'all sell tickets because it's a premiere. It's not like we're streaming yet. We'll get to that point, but the first thing is we want to build the excitement and the base and the hype. So I'm not stressed at all, but I'm in urgency mode. Okay, make sure all the dots are dotted, all the T's are crossed, and just handling business.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice. You as a director and actor, are there any things that you take notes for to inspire you?
Yes and no, right? So I say no first because I want to create something that doesn't exist, right?
Nice.
My desire isn't to imitate anybody or any film that I've ever seen ever, right? We've got too much of that. And how can I truly know the depths of my creativity if I'm being a copycat? I can't. And that means that I have to be unafraid of doing something that's not a part of a regular formula that everybody else does. How else can you expand that to blow up? But do people motivate me? Do people inspire me? Absolutely. Man, look, I got some actors. Me and my sister watch Rocky all the time. Rock, man, I don't care what you say. I don't care how the plot is. When that training music come on, bro, you know what I'm saying, Kimfo, it changes the whole dynamic of the movie. Like, you get, you feel me? The energy is there. And so cats like Sylvester Stallone, man, I love how you put stuff together. I like Lorenz Tate. He's always been like the coolest, laid back dude to me, man, when it comes to stuff. And then I take aspiration from people from the 70s, right? Fred Williamson, Jim Kelly, Jim Brown, like all of them old school cats, bro. Like it was something special and magical about how they stepped out and did what other men didn't do. And so, man, like I said, yes and no. That answered your question.
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking about Jim Brown, like, I never forget this. I forgot what was on TV, but like when you fall asleep on something on Tubi, Tubi just keeps playing, and it doesn't stop. Well, I think it was on Tubi, but I woke up and I seen him on another movie that was back in the 70s. I'm like, damn, he did that too. I fell asleep, and then when he passed away, you look at all of the movies. Like, this man just didn't do I'm gonna get you sucker. He just didn't do that. He did a lot of movies back then. Yeah, so he was that guy.
And a lot of cats don't know the reason why he did I'm gonna get you sucker is because in the 70s he was the man when it came to black cinema,
black exploitation, man. Yes, sir.
And shoot, man, even further than that, he was the man before then. That boy used to run some balls on that NFL field, man. He been the man for a long time. But as generations come, 80s and 90s, he's getting older. new generations come, they kind of forget about them cats. But man, I love to go back into the past and to learn from them cats, man, and admire how they did what they did.
Yeah.
Right. Jim Brown is one of them, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. And let's touch on the biblical side real quick. So, man, brother, like I said, when I first met you, read the story, you told me the premises and everything. We don't want to give nothing away from y'all come see the movie. Oh man, come see the movie, man. It's good. I haven't seen all of it. I've seen it. But what are some of your favorite chapters and scriptures from the Bible? Some of your personal favorite.
Man, so let me tell you. I preached a sermon last year. And I'm trying to remember the title of it. The Golden Age, right? I love looking at stuff like in Judges, where there's full of action. I love the stuff read about Genesis to see how the world actually started, when God put it together. But the thing that has blown my mind as of late is a time that is coming here on the earth that we call the millennial reign of Jesus Christ. And that is literally when Christ comes and reigns for 1,000 years. And the entire dynamic of what we know about life changes. That could be found in Isaiah 65. It can also be found in Isaiah 35 and in Revelation chapter 19 and 20. It's a trip because, two things I'll give you. Number one, the longevity of man returns, right? Men will be living long lives once again when Christ comes back because he makes the world the way that it was when Adam and Eve were here before they ate the fruit, right? And number two, it speaks about the change of the animal kingdom, right? And how, as we are afraid of lions and tigers and all of that stuff, there will no longer be a need to fear them because the Bible says that the lion will lay down with the lamb, the bear will eat straw. Like it'll be a time of peace like none other, which is mind-boggling because it's really real. Our mind can't. So that's what's been captivating me as of late as I've been looking and studying, man.
I love that. Love that, man. Any scripture that you quote by daily that you remind? Mine is Isaiah 41:10. So do not. I even put in some of my stage plays. I say, "Do not fear, for I'm with you. For not be dismayed. I'm your God. I'll lift you and protect you. Right to right hand. All that." Are there any scriptures that you repeat to yourself daily? I know you probably got a whole lot, but which one do you repeat to yourself?
John 3:30. He must increase and I must decrease. Look, man, it's so easy for us to get caught up in accomplishments and success and looking back at where we've been. And it's funny because we make up quotes and stuff that sound good, that pump us up and actually in our mind make us feel like, yeah, it's a new year, new me, bro. Blah, blah, blah. Bro, look, if you want the best out of your life, Christ must increase and you got to die to yourself and you have to accept the new identity that Christ gives you because he can give you more than you could ever accomplish on your own. And what's even deeper than that is that translates into eternity. There are eternal rewards that God gives. We ain't here to stay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so if we put that first, bro, we can bounce everything off of every decision that we make because Christ is always first.
Amen.
You gave us a whole word here.
Right? But I love that. Hey man, I tell you, Tammy's gonna come with it. The first guest of the year, man.
Yes.
I had to ask as many questions.
I'll glory to the Lord, man.
Before we go, from your process, right? From beginning, from the ideal to the completion to now going into the premiere. Share with somebody that's maybe in that beginning stage, they haven't yet started. It's just an idea. What is the best piece of advice that you can give that person? What's one piece of advice?
Well, of course, number one, check in with God and make sure that it's a project that he leads. And I say that because God had to continue to remind me time and time again. And when I say God, I want to be specific. Jesus Christ, right? He has shown me time and time again, this is what he wants me to do. When I came into this thing, it was not well planned out. Like I told you, when I first started because I thought it was just going to be like a little 20, 30-minute segment. Wasn't going to take me much money. I would build from there. But man, bro, God has continued to make stuff available that money can't buy. Quick story. during the pandemic 2020, you couldn't get into the courthouses to get your license and stuff renewed because you had to basically make appointments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, okay, cool. Well, let me, it's time for me to do my thing. Well, in the Houston and Baytown area, man, them boys was booked up for a whole month. So I'm like, nah, bro, I'm trying to get my license right now. So I looked on the map. I looked, I say, well, let me call up Orange, Texas. So, man, I called up Orange and say, baby, we could get you in today. I said, I'll be there tomorrow. She said, all right, cool. Man, I hopped in the car, driving. And to get to Orange, I had to pass Winnie, Texas. Mm-hmm. And there's a scene, a village scene. In the movie, everybody's trying to get to my village to meet me in the film because I have a plan to change the atmosphere that's going on with the Seekers killing Christians, right? And so I was looking, I was saying, man, Lord, I really need an area, like a huge open space, and ain't no freeway or nothing by. Like, I just need like a huge thing. And I had been thinking about it, but I didn't know anybody that had that type of stuff. So, man, anyway, I'm driving and I look when I get to Winnie, I see like acres of land. Like, I'm like, dang, that's dope over there. And that's dope over there. Somebody owned it, of course, because the gates are up. I'm like, man, Lord, I would love to be able to shoot in a place like that. Didn't think nothing of it. Just kept driving. Yeah. Went to Orange, Texas, did my thing. Passed it up again. So I was like, yeah, that's tight. Bang. One of the guys in my film, I told him about it. He said, I told him, man, I need to find some land. Somebody that owns some land? He said, man, I sure do. He said, get with me. Got with him. Met this man named Mr. Danny. Mr. Danny owned a feed store. And Mr. Danny said, sure, I'll do it. I love to see young man doing stuff. I'll take you guys out to this one piece of property. He took us. It was too small, too many cars around. I couldn't do it. I can't film a village scene with that much houses and stuff around. Don't look real. So he said, well, I do have another piece of property. He says about 260 acres. I said, okay, cool. I would love to go. He said, no problem. He put us in the truck. And I kid you not, that same exact space that I said, Lord, I would love to shoot over here. He owned all of that property, over 260 acres of land, that exact same spot. Kid you not. And James, that's where we went to go do our fight scene. That area right there. God, in the midst of everything, to answer your question, Chris, in the midst of everything that you're doing, you're going to get discouraged. You're going to run out of money. People are going to turn on you. People are going to leave in the middle of shooting and you're going to have to reshoot. People are going to promise you stuff that they can't. But, bro, you got to be dedicated to the call that God has given you, man, because he will show you. When you stay on point, he will show you in the midst of your disappointments, I'm still with you, and this is what I want you to do. Don't give up. Don't give up, man.
Nice.
Man, thank you.
Yeah, we done all had those moments.
Mm-hmm.
We done all had those moments in following this journey of where our calling, we done all had those kind of moments, brother. Thank you for sharing that.
For sure.
Man. I always get goosebumps when you tell me that story too. That's my second time hearing that story, and I kept reminding myself while I'm making mine. I'm like, yeah, come on. And
give up, man.
Dude,
and he's done more than that too, but he asked for one, so I'm just gonna give him one.
Yeah, just give one, yeah.
Yeah. So, man, to finish this interview off, man, once again, thank you again for creating a little scroll. Y'all make sure y'all go on the website. What's the website again, Talmadge?
So the website where they can go and purchase tickets and learn more about the movie is tmillermediaproductions.com.
Nice.
tmillermediaproductions.com. So tell the audience, why should we buy tickets to see The Little Scroll?
Excellent question. Number one, you're going to find something that is different from what you've seen before, right? Literally, there's no curse words, there's no sex scene, there's no nudity, there's no LGBTQ, there's no agenda, right? None of that stuff is there. You can watch a wholesome movie with great action. But the greatest of all things, besides the storyline being epic and great Houston actors that they can support, is we are highlighting biblical truths. And we're showing you what a world looks like where there are no open Christians, where there are no churches, no Bibles. You have nothing left but just what you heard about God, right? And it is a struggle like none other. It reminds us of what we need to do at a time when the Bible is so readily available before it's taken away from us, right? Mm-hmm. It's a wake-up call that we all need in our lives to utilize the freedom that God has given before it's gone. And believe me, it'll be gone before you know it.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Talmadge Miller, man. Appreciate you again, bro. Yeah, man. Salute you, everything,
man.
Thank you again. Tell everybody where we can find you at.
Man, you can find me, number one, like my website says, tmillermediaproductions.com. You can see some of our work. You can also find me on YouTube. I have my own channel, and it's under my name, Talmadge, Talmadge, Miller Jr. And you can also find me on Instagram. I am Mills_photography, and Mills is MILLZ_photography. And we be posting like crazy. Come through, check us out, support us. The love is real, and just know we're gonna love you back.
Nice.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Talmadge Miller, man. Y'all check us out. Little scroll up in the man. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited.
So
appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.